And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to 7-7. Ooh, summer is halfway over, folks. Ooh, it's weird to say, right? 7-7, Monday, July 7th, after a long holiday weekend. How was your holiday weekend? We do have all of our fingers and toes. It was an exciting weekend, I will say that. We did have some firework mishaps, but hey, everybody's safe. Not too much damage done. No fires. No first chances for the boys. So hopefully you had a happy and safe Fourth. I'm feeling a little under the weather today. It started feeling not the greatest last night, and we're pushing through it today, folks. That's what we're doing. Because today's topic of choice is hey, like I said, we're halfway through summer. We've got school starting up at the end of this month. So what are we gonna do? Get ready for back to school. And this is what we should be doing now. Because let's be honest, back to school is one of the biggest opportunities for sales for apparel decorators, right? For apparel decorators, square printers, small print shops. Uh, if you wait until teachers are back in the classroom, you have already missed your shot. So today we're gonna, kind of cover 5 things that we should be doing right now, today, to land more of those school orders, those fundraisers, those staff shirts, and team merch before the chaos begins. So that's what we're looking at today. Now, here's what we got. In the comments or in the links, in the descriptions, that's what it's called. In the descriptions, we got some links. We've got our July book, Buy Back Your Time. Highly, highly recommend it. In fact, that's what Wednesday's show is going to be about. So make sure to go check that out. It's a great book so far. And we'll have that finished up today. We've also got our link to our mentorship community where we do calls a couple times throughout a week. So that's in there for it. We've also got our affiliate discounts for JP Plus and Creative Fabrica and our marketing agency sign up list. That's all in there for you. But the show is nothing without you guys. So I need you guys to chime in and let me know where you're from, who you are, what's in your cup, what the weather's like in your area, and the most important 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to do today? So on us, we've got DTF and UV DTF that needs to get done. We've got shirts that need to be pressed. We've got follow up on proposals from last week. We've got stickers and banners. Stickers and banners are going to be a big thing this week to get those out for the fair. I think there's like 100. I think now we're up to just about 100 banners. So get those rocking and rolling between banners and signs. So that's what we got going on today. Love to hear what you have going on today. Now, let's check in, see how some people are doing. Remember, sharing's caring. Go up, hit the buttons, share, do all that fun stuff. We really appreciate it. There is some exciting stuff that is going to be happening here in the next few months. We're looking for partners. And I think I've mentioned this before to help with some content creation. So if you are a content creator, especially in this space, in the maker space, in the apparel decorating space, we're looking for some content creators that we might be able to collab with that can produce some content for us because only one person. I'm trying to buy back my time. That's what we're talking about on Wednesday. So we've got that rocking and rolling that we can do. Also, some other vendors. We're working with our DTF vendor. We're working with White Toner printer vendor. We're working with our supply vendors. Our artwork one is going to switch up, and yeah, laser. We're working with a few people to get some things done. Now let's check in. Jerry, good morning to you. 76 there in Central Ohio. What is it here? I think it was a little sprinkly out this morning. Um, at least it felt that way, or maybe I just missed it through it. But mostly cloudy right now, and 71. Ooh, 71. That's not bad at all. Sam, good morning to you. Tinning away this morning, then t-shirt work the rest of the day. Very nice. What's up, Chuck? Good morning to you. Hey, Tim from Jerry. Morning, Renee. Did I miss Renee in there? She must have. Oh, there it is. Morning, Chuck. I missed it. What's up, Chuck? Yeah, that's I got that. Jerry. Hi, Chuck. Hi, Todd from Jerry. 79. Thankfully, not raining. We had some storms roll through yesterday, and then it made it muggy. It was trash. And Jerry, and morning, Renee from Chuck, and Barb's checking in. Good morning, North Central Carolina. Look above this, North Central Minnesota. I wonder if I move this, does that change that? Oh, yeah, it does do that. Ooh. So I might do that back and forth. North Central Minnesota, 66 and cloudy, water in the cup, 5 things, invoicing, inverter polos, inverter golf bags, sewing organization, list of supplies to order. Very nice. You've been Miss Renee. She's been around, right? She's been around. Oh, maybe in our chat. She's been around. Uh, Tanya, good morning. Coffee, Profi, and water in the cups. Nice here today. Football jerseys, Etsy listings, design, and taking dog to vet for bandage change. That always sounds like fun. I don't think, no, Corey doesn't go start therapy, starts for therapy on Wednesday. So that was fun last week and in this week. Hey, Bart from Chuck. Hello, Bart from Jerry. Hey, oh my God, I'm literally your number one fan. I have a crown to prove it. Yeah, put that crown on. Let's see it. Good morning from Tanya. Hi, Tanya. And Renee. Hi, Barb and Tanya. And good morning, Tanya from Chuck. Everybody's giving Tanya the love. Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a great fourth. I got all my fingers, so that's what we're doing for it. Hi, Chuck, Jerry, Renee, and Tanya. Hi, Tim from Barb. Cinnamon bagel in the making. I've got retro vibe, rocking the retro vibe. That's what I got. And Renee said, sending strengths and prayers to you and Jay. Renee, miss me? Morning. From Muggy, Chicago, 66 on the way to 85, Chicagoland. Water in the bottle, coffee in the cup. 5, 1, figure out what day it is. That is true. 2 is therapy. 3 is follow up on order. 4 is mileage. 5 is invoicing. Yeah, the days just are running together. There's my buddy Jeff. Jeff, how's that new printer rocking for you? 79 there in Northern Kentucky. Diet Coke in the can. 5 things. Print, print, print. Clean for new printer and print some more. Everything show up fine with it. Linda's checking in. Coffee. My coffee went away. Why'd it go away? Morning from Wet in 77 Texas. Yeah, that was some wild, wild stuff down there. I've seen necessarily some friends of friends that shops have got just they're gone. It was I just think it was just wild to see some of the video from it, and man, lots of prayers out to the people down there. Morning, Jeff and Linda from Renee. Morning, Renee from Jeff. Linda, morning. Hello, Jeff. And Tanya says, thank you, Renee. One day at a time. Hopefully, I plan on Friday. That's what we're doing. Jeff said, boys at camp till Friday. Hope to get a new printer moved downstairs today. Very nice. And howdy, Jerry. Yeah, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I don't remember what I was gonna say. It must not have been that important. It's something about this weekend and that. Yeah, we fourth here. We had a good turnout for 4th of July. We had ended up doing what did I do? We did burgers, brats, and dogs as typical. And then we did pulled pork and then chicken legs and salmon, I think was what we did on that. And there's nothing better than when an older gentleman, old enough to be my dad, it says, that's the best damn salmon I ever had. I took that as a vote of confidence for it. It was a good time. So everybody enjoyed it, had a good time with it, carried it over throughout the weekend, got stuff done. Corey's feeling better. Starts therapy on Wednesday. So there's that. Got the new press put together and operating. I need to get a new compressor for that because I was like, let's just try this little one to see if it works. And it does, but it cycles too much. So we're running through its tests. Talked with the manufacturer about that, and I think that's going to be something that we're gonna partner up with them on. Yeah, I said, let's run it through. Let's see what we got going on with it. Run it through its cycles. But we did 4th of July shirts for people here beautifully, beautifully. And if you don't have to disassemble the whole thing to bring it into your place, because we had about 2 inches clearance through a doorway to make it through what we wanted. And when you're talking about a doorway to stairs and to try and do that, I'm like, I know some things are going to get hammered and crushed. So let's just bust this down and take it apart. If you didn't have to do that to go through, like a 28-inch door or 30-inch door, because I think we have 28 inches there. It's 30-inch door, 28 here. You could have that press literally up and running within 30 minutes. Build the base, put it on top on the base, plug it in, add the airline to it, you're good to go. So look for upcoming stuff on that because I think that's going to be something we're going to add to the lineup to be able to help people with because it's pretty legit with it. I'm down with that. All right. Now, let's get into what you were here for, right? We're going to talk back to school. That's right. Back to school season isn't just for students and teachers. It's one of the biggest opportunities of the year for us. right? And this doesn't matter whether you're running a spiritwear stores, prepping for fundraisers, printing uniforms, or designing welcome back shirts. What you do now sets the tone and your income for the entire fall season. We are done with summer, right? Let's just be honest. As apparel decorators, we're done with summer. We're going to have maybe some family reunion stuff. We might have some wedding things, might have that, but now it's time to focus on back to school fall because before you know it, we've got back to school. We've got our fall sports. So, football, golf, soccer, we've got cheerleading, we've got all that going. Then we've got our fall designs, then our Halloween designs, and then, hey, we're right into Christmas time. Oh. We are now closer to 2050 than we are to 20,000, right? 20,000, 2,000. Think about that. We're closer to 2050 than we are to 2000. Each day, we're getting farther along in this year. So we need to start thinking ahead and doing that for it. So today, we're going to break it down what we should be doing right now to get ahead, book those jobs, and avoid that mid-August chaos because it's gonna happen, right? We'll cover timing, outreach, offers, and how to make sure that you're the one that are in the schools when it's time to go. Let's go time, baby. So number one, let's reach out before they remember you. Now, what does that mean? Well, waiting until teachers are back in the classrooms, it's just too late. By then, they're overwhelmed. Their budgets are spoken for, and your email is buried under a supply list, parent signups, lunch sign up. It's just buried. So if you want those early fall orders, we have to show up now, before anyone else does. So we'll, reach out to last year's contacts, message the PTO, email the coaches, and don't say, "Hey, let me know if you need shirts." Say, "Hey, want me to, build your back to school funder, your back to school spiritwear store? Do you want to do this now so that way you're ready to launch when families are back?" Give them the solution before they even feel the stress of it. I know people who have already booked up stores, for back to school even before July hit, right? Because they took care of them at the end of last year. Hey, let's do this. How can we do that for you? And when do we set it up for it? You know, Sometimes what you do is uh, if you wait until school starts back up, you get stuck behind those district approved vendors, and you missed the timeline and the paperwork challenge to be able to get that out to them. So get through to everything you need to now. So here's what we want to do is make a list of every school that you want to work with. And they're the coaches, the PTAs. Make a list of everyone that you've worked with, in the last you've already worked with them. They already know, like, trust you, right? Because you've already done some stuff for them. So let's just reach out to them with a simple, hey, let's get your store ready before the chaos kicks in. Pretty simple, right? We don't have to do a whole lot for that. Now, number two is let's use the magic phrase turnkey. All right. Schools don't want more tasks, they want solutions. And when you offer a turnkey spiritware store or a hands off merch option, you get attention. And why is that? It's because those words mean less work for them. And that's a huge selling point for them right now. Let them know that you handle the setup, that you handle the mock-ups, that you handle the payments, that you handle the sizing, that you'll even handle the delivery. And use that clear language like we build the store, you approve the designs, parents order direct, we ship them out direct to them or store it. I sorry, email just popped up on something else because of something that we sent out and they were wanting to store. So, what are the chances of that? We ship or sort by class, and that's it, right? You're not offering shirts. We're just, we're offering relief. You Booster Club can when we look at this, when we're trying to fulfill things, when we're trying to put things out to it, we can have these things booked early, because we're able to do it. We're able to handle the design, the run, and fulfillment without any involvement. Here's what we have. Go ahead and pick from it. I know somebody who just Friday, Thursday. Thursday said that they had their school's PTO reach out to them and switch to them and from BSN because it was just easier to work with them than they found the last 3 years of BSN, where they thought all these things were going to happen and they did not. They won back their customer. And hey, now they're doing the fundraising all year and they've already got stuff in place. It's kind of nice. It's definitely kind of nice. So let's update our pitch, our emails, and our social media posts with the phrase turnkey or done for you. And 3 and 4 step breakdown of the process. Like here's how it works for you. All right. Pretty simple. Not not too difficult on it. Now, number three. One, two, three. Prep your store template now. You don't want to be building 5 stores from scratch every, 5 schools from you do not want to be building 5 stores from scratch the week that school starts, especially if you're using something like Equid or something where you have to build it out. Ugh, it can get time consuming. So you start now by prepping your reusable store templates. This means having generic layouts, for different schools, for elementary, middle, high school. Some categories broke down with sports, staff, fundraising, class shirts. And that way you have it ready to go. So you can just copy and paste it. When the school says, hey, we want a store, you can just drop in their logos and you'll be live in no time. It helps you say fast. It helps you say yes faster, reduces your stress, and makes you look like a total pro. What really helps this is when you get with something like Printavo or Chipley, where that is what their bread and butter is to help with that. And you can have stores up and running in no time without all of the crazy, crazy hassle it takes to make mock-ups, descriptions, sizing, all of that with it. Because when you can offer pre-built store or when you have templates that are ready to go and you just have to drop in logos, man, you can book multiple stores because it's quick. That turnaround is lightning fast for it. Sometimes you have to say no when you don't have a system like that because you couldn't build a store fast enough for the turnaround time that they need. We're running that into it right now, where if one of the orgs that we work with, if the girls win on Wednesday, they go to nationals. Nationals is in 2 weeks. Is that right? Nationals is in 2 weeks. So we basically have a store open for a week and get the stuff before they get back to nationals. We're prepped, ready to go, and all we have the design ready. So if they win, we can just turn it on and ready to go for it. So what can you do is let's kind of get some of those pre-built templates, or stores that you can already show off that you can copy quickly and have the mock-ups ready to go and everything in there so that way we can bang out those stores fast for them. I got something in my eye. I can feel it here. All right. Let's see. Where are we on the questions and comments and things in here? Uh, Jeff said, 100% my issue. Printer head needs to be turned on side to get through door. Yep. Weighs 200 pounds. Should be fun. Yeah. So that was what we ran into. It was like, we just got this through here. So let's take it apart. So, what I took it apart, so we took off the top rail. That gave us that. And then I took off the actual heat head. And then that gave us from. Then I took off the 2 platens and that was it. And so even that we had it up and running within an hour. So I was kind of excited about that. Ooh, I don't. Oh, now I gotta go look. Thanks, Linda. We will go get that fixed in there. Dang, Jeff. Good thing you have a lot of help. Yeah, it's no fun. We're closer January 1st or Christmas than January 1st. Yep, it's flying by. Shh, ready? No, no, because that means we're getting into stuff. We're getting into stuff. Because like to us, we have the kind of that first lull of the year, that first quarter, then things pick up might start to slide down for us as back to school, as school is out, and then we pick up our summer jobs. And then once back to school starts back up, that's when things really start to turn on. And then into Christmas time for us. And then this year, in my gut, I have a feeling that I know for a fact we're gonna have our best year ever. There's gonna be a lot of changes that are gonna happen, and they're gonna happen quick. And we're gonna be offering a lot more services and things that we want to do by doing that, there's gonna be some changes. We went and looked at commercial properties over the weekend, right? Right? What the hell am I doing? We've had this discussion before, but we're going to see what's going to happen. Just because if there's some of the things that we need, even just like the little office where it's like, here's where meetings are held, here's where things are. We've looked and seen, and some other things might happen, but as that comes out, that's all the info I'm given. Even those in the inner circle, that's all you're getting. Is nothing more because NDAs are signed. I can't say anything. So that's what we got. What? Ooh, and Jerry said, what is the easiest way to find out who's in charge of the PTO? Most school PTOs will have a Facebook page or some kind of social media channel, and so you can reach through them on that. The school, you can reach out to the principal. They will get you in connection with who is running the PTO. So there's that. So check out the school's Facebook page, check out the school's website, see what you can find. That's where it went through it. If it's not, yeah, just call the school. Yep, you can call the school and ask. Our school guards that until like it's a national secret. It's because it's Ohio, I think, right? Uh, that's win. That's the win. I don't even know. Mike Tyson, what are you doing here? And Jerry says, "I will look online." There you go. All right, look online. Let's see what we got. All right. Number 4, let's promote what they actually need. Not every school wants a full spirit line in August. Some just want, t-shirts, some things in class guys are fun merch. The trick, let's lead with what solves their immediate problems with it. Back to school season is full of moments that need apparel, and we just need to connect the dots. So we can ask them things like, do you need shirts for a meet the teacher night or backpack night, or do you want to do a quick fundraiser for school supplies? These are low lift offers that they get your foot in the door and build trust for those bigger projects later. For us, we'll typically first school run 3 stores. We'll do a fall store, we will do a winter store, and then the spring store. We know the spring store usually never produces that much because kids grow. It's the end of the year. They're not going to do it, but that's when we'll do like the field day stuff and add that into that store because hey, why not for it, right? So, you know, maybe there's a way that we can, as we put this together, we can give them, a discount on shirts. Hey, all the staff buy shirts. We can get them to you at X price. Another one is maybe we can, as we're building this off, we can offer some kind of bundle, like the back to school bundle, where it's have, maybe some stickers, a tote bag, a t-shirt, something like that. Or every PTA mom is like, ooh, I need to be fancy and have something like that. We found where, for the basic stuff, it does well. School logos, school colors, and sometimes when they want, that higher end thing, when you can throw in the glitter and you can throw in the bling, those ones love because for whatever reason, parents are competitive and they want to look better than everybody else. So here's what we can do. Let's pick 2 or 3 of those school specific offers, whether that's, staff shirts, quick fundraising, some kind of spirit war launch, and let's just promote that through email, social media, flyer campaign. That's what we gotta do. Let's just do that. And now, um, step number 5, let's build momentum before August, because the goal isn't to survive back to school, it is to capitalize on it. Profit is not a dirty word. I don't know how many times I tell you that, but if I tell you every show, I will. Profit is not a dirty word. When you start early, you set yourself up a bit for those bigger fall orders, the better word of mouth, fewer last minute panic jobs. And if you start marketing now, it warms up your audience. It'll turn your July outreach into September reorders. That's what we want to do. Is we want to keep putting things out there. Don't forget to schedule social media posts, email follow-ups, even quick lives showing your back to school offers. Hey, doing these for back to school shirts for it. We've got a job for 100 staff shirts. Film that, hey, love printing out these staff shirts for Kelowna schools. You need them? We got you. The more visible and proactive you are, the more people will think about you when it comes time to order. A printer who starts, their Get Ready Now campaign in July, you could really triple your business in August to September if it's something you haven't done before. Waiting until school starts, you might land a lot less orders because there's already enough going on when they're doing it, and they're like, yeah, 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 we'll do it later. So let's just map out our content calendar from now through like the second week of school. Include weekly posts, email reminders, like, customer follow-ups, anything you can do to put on that content calendar to continue to grow this. So, as we wrap this all up, back to school starts now, right? This is your season. Doesn't start in August, it starts today. When you prep early and you pitch smart and you promote consistently, you become the go-to decorator schools rely on all year long. And how do we do this? We're going to reach out before they remember us. We're going to lead with turnkey or done for you. We're going to build templates for stores. That's going to save us time. We're going to promote real offers that solve real problems. And we're going to create consistent momentum now, because back to school does not need to be chaos. If we plan now, and we can have our biggest season yet. So what I got for you as we wrap this up, Wednesday, we're going to talk about the book. I'm going to go back when this is over and get the whatchamacallit thingamajiggers. Wednesday, we're going to talk about the book. Friday, I'm not sure yet. There's a couple things lined up for it because we do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We have our mentorship call. It starts in about 33 minutes, so we'll be headed over there for that. I will go back through the description of this and make sure that all of the links are working. Thank you, Linda, for doing that. And I do believe that in Facebook land, all of the links should be working on there. Any questions, comments, concerns through this? And Linda said, see if your school has a parent teacher liaison. Yep, there are some that have that. You can see that on the school staff page. Yep, yep. Finger crossed so that we can print more shirts. See, like if it happens, it happens. I'm a realist. I don't think it will, because the team that they're playing is the top team, but they pull it off great. We'll see. We have another one that is headed to nationals, and so we just got there. That was the order that there's another order that came through. Like, here's the shirts that we need for the girls. Can we put it on the website there? So we're going to put a quick little national website together for them. So it should be good to go. Thanks, Linda. Looking. Are boosters the same as PTOs? Yes and no. Sometimes there's a booster club that is not related to the stuff on the PTO. PTO can be related to school stuff. So I know that there's a PT in our one school. We have a PTO, and then we have the booster club, like the booster club specifically for football and basketball. Where that, and the reason they do that is when PTO can take all these funds in. So PTO does stuff for the entire school. La, 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 la. So let's say, they run something for football. Well, football makes $1,000. They bring it in. They can disperse that any way they want. When it's boosters, or football boosters, every penny that they bring in almost always goes back to that same program. So football boosters will go back to the stuff that comes in from there, basketball, and so on and so on. So that way they keep it there. So not necessarily the same with it. All right. With that, does anybody else have any questions, comments, and concerns for me? This time now, the time is now. Ask time is now. Otherwise, like I said, you can always contact us, leave the comments. We reply. Yeah, we reply. You can find us out on Facebook land. You can find us on all of our social media channels. Um, Programming update. This we're working through a deal where, and this is the most I can give on it. This might be moving to another channel, or that channel may be sponsoring us. So we're not 100% sure the best way to do it, and that's what we're working through. If we're going to move this over to another channel, or if they're just going to sponsor us here, and that way we'll see what happens. So that could be happening. Once it happens, or as we know for sure, we'll keep you updated on that. So that's what we got going on. All right. With that, if nothing else, we do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure to go like, subscribe, and share. And peace, love, press on. We'll see you Wednesday.